So what we have here is a Bowman Twin-O-Matic, and I've preheated the waffle iron. It's ready to go. I've got my batter here made from our family recipe, which basically probably is the Betty Crocker cookbook. And I'm going to go ahead and set up 2 waffles. I will cook them. Took about 7-8 minutes to preheat. I'm going to go ahead and cook my 2 waffles. And then that takes 5 or 6 minutes. So, first waffle goes right in the top. Got a half cup measure. I'll put a little bit more than a half. I spread it out, and then I push this down and I hold it for a second. And then this flips, and we lift the bottom half. Go ahead and get the batter in there. Spread it out a little bit with the spoon. And again, I hold it down for just a little bit. And then I'm going to flip it back. I've not made waffles with this before, and so we will see what happens. I will probably leave the camera running because that's less editing. I don't know that I've ever taken two videos and put them together versus chopping out the middle of a video. So 9:52 when I started putting batter in, and let's see what happens. This has a temperature gauge on top. You can set light to dark, and it's not a timer. It's merely just a heat. How much heat are you going to have? And then just generally on waffles, what you do is you see the steam coming out of the iron. At some point that steam will stop coming out, and then if you wait for a bit, usually a minute or so, then smoke will start coming out. So one way to know when your waffles are done is watch for that steam to start. And what I typically do when I think it's done is I will gently lift. If it's not done, the top won't lift. You'll feel it pulling the waffle. So I'm gonna just gently lift this right here. I can feel it pulling, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it another minute or so. There's still steam coming out. This one's interesting because there's going to be steam coming off the bottom of the iron, even if the top one's done, because of that delay between putting the 2 waffles in. We'll give it another bit of a try. Feels a bit sticky there. One of the things about waffles is that there's no real just put it in the oven, bake it at 350 degrees for 25 minutes. It's all about feel. And having never made waffles in this particular waffle iron, it's entirely possible that they're busy completely sticking to the inside, and I will then spend a half an hour scrubbing it out and starting over again. But we're crossing our fingers, we're hoping. Okay, let's see what happens here. That is not quite done. That's a little too light, but it's not sticking, so that's the good news. We do have a nice waffle in there. I like them to be a little browned and crispy. Not super crispy, just a little. So let's see. When did I say I put that in? I should write these things down because then I don't remember. Let's see, should we Take a look. I think that's looking like a pretty darn good waffle. Let's see if we can lift it out. It's a bit soft. It hasn't really crisped up as much as I would prefer. So what I typically will do is I will, flipping it over, I'm going to let that one go because thing one we put it in a bit later, and thing two I would like it to be a little crispier. Meanwhile, we're going to get out ye old butter dish, get some of that butter and stick it on here. Might as well get it melting in advance. If you're wondering how I don't weigh 400 pounds, it's because I have waffles about 4 times a year. This is not a regular thing for me because I can't afford to eat this many carbs. Real maple syrup, of course. Let's see where we are on the bottom. Now, this is actually better because you can see that it's stuck to the top. And when I say stuck, I mean it comes up with the top, which I prefer. All right, I'm going to flip this back over. I'm going to rotate the switch to the off, the only waffle iron I have that has a switch, which by the way is hot. And usually you just unplug them to turn them off. We will add a little butter to the top waffle. We will add a little syrup to the top waffle. And here we go. There's the plate, 2 waffles ready for breakfast. There's the Bowman Twin-O-Matic waffle iron. And yeah, thanks for watching.